Sometimes things show up in our layouts that we weren't expecting. Today I'd like to tell you about 3 such unexpected things on my layout. That's coming right up. Hi, I'm Roy Smith. I began to plan my layout way back in 2014 and I began to build it right away. At that time, there were 3 things that I thought would never show up on the layout. Well, all 3 of those things have shown up on my layout. I'm going to tell you what those 3 things are, and I want to tell you why in the past I did not expect to see them on my layout. They are an Amtrak passenger train, 2 BNSF diesels, and double stacks. When I was planning my layout back in 2014, I didn't expect any of these 3 things to show up on my layout. The first of the 3 unexpected things to show up on my layout was an Amtrak passenger train. It appeared on my layout a little over a year ago in January 2017. I did not expect any passenger trains to be running on my layout when I began to plan it, but here it is. This, of course, is the California Zephyr, which runs between Chicago and the San Francisco Bay Area. Let me tell you why I didn't plan to run any passenger trains on my layout. First, Amtrak discontinued its service across southern Wyoming in 1997. I didn't think it would be appropriate for an Amtrak train to appear on my modern-era layout, since Amtrak no longer runs trains through the area I am modeling. The second reason I didn't plan to run passenger trains on my layout was that the minimum radius of my N-scale Cato unitrack is 13 3/4 inches, and I thought the passenger cars would severely overhang the curbs. Well, later on I learned that Amtrak does, in fact, run trains across southern Wyoming on occasion. It does this when its regular route across Colorado is closed for maintenance and repairs. On this map, you can see Amtrak's regular route from Denver to Salt Lake City in dark green. The detour route across southern Wyoming is shown in gray. Once I learned this, I knew I could justify passenger trains on my layout. So that's why you now see an occasional Amtrak train in my videos. But I should mention one thing. When Amtrak trains are detoured across southern Wyoming, there are no passenger station stops between Denver and Salt Lake City. The Union Pacific donated all of its former passenger stations along this route to the local communities. This even includes the magnificent Union Pacific depot at Green River, which you see here, and where Amtrak leased space back when it provided service through this area. I will have more to say about the Green River depot in an upcoming video. So the former passenger stations at Green River and also at Evanston can be found on my layout, but Amtrak doesn't stop for passenger service at either of these 2 locations. I understand that Amtrak does stop for a crew change at Green River, as freight trains do, but I believe that passengers are not allowed to get off the train here. All right, the second unexpected thing to appear on my layout was a BNSF diesel, which showed up just a month ago in January. In fact, 2 BNSF diesels now appear on my layout, an SD70 ACE and an ES44AC. You may have seen them in other recent videos, but here they are again as the second of 3 unexpected things to appear on my layout. You may be wondering why I didn't expect any BNSF diesels to show up on my layout. Well, it's very simple, really. I didn't think they ever ran on the Union Pacific's Evanston subdivision, which I model. Well, as it turns out, they are spotted on the subdivision, although not frequently. On occasion, you might see them running in consist with UP diesels. In January, I uploaded a video explaining why they might occasionally be spotted on the Evanston subdivision, and I will put a link to that video at the end of this one. In that video, I identified several reasons why such foreign power might show up on the Evanston sub, and I concluded that the most likely reasons are either they are shared power or they are run-through units. What's more, entire BNSF trains could conceivably run on the UP's Evanston sub for the very same reason that Amtrak trains occasionally do, and that is when the regular route across Colorado is closed for maintenance and repairs. So I can justify not only an occasional BNSF diesel running in a consist with UP diesels on my layout, but I can even justify occasional BNSF trains running on my layout. And here's the latest unexpected thing to show up on my layout, this set of Cato double stacks. It just arrived in the mail 3 days ago. This is the first time that double stacks have appeared on my layout. Since I'm modeling a modern era layout, you may be wondering why I would call these double stacks unexpected. Certainly there should be double stacks on a modern era layout. I don't know what percentage of trains running on the Evanston sub are double stacks, but I would guess that double stacks make up at least 70% of the traffic on the sub. There are a number of reasons why I hesitated to add double stacks to my layout. First, I thought they would overhang on the curves just like long passenger cars often do. But my double stacks carry 40-foot containers, which are fairly short, so the overhang isn't too noticeable on the curves. Second, double stacks are just another form of unit trains, and I already have coal, covered hopper, and tank car unit trains on my layout. Third, there will be no switching of double stacks on my layout because, just like on the prototype, there are no intermodal yards on my layout. The nearest intermodal yard would be off layout at Salt Lake City, 170 miles to the west of Green River. Lastly, I hesitated to put double stacks on my layout because intermodal facilities take up a lot of space on a layout, and space is one thing I don't have a lot of. I do plan to upload another video about intermodal traffic on my layout in a few days. First, though, I hope to purchase at least 2 more sets of double stacks to run full-length intermodal trains on my layout, and I want my double stack trains to have containers of various colors owned by various companies. But I can tell you that Cato double stack train sets seem to be sold out everywhere. I'm especially looking for the set you see in this photo. Last night, I lost out on a bid for such a set on eBay. So there you have it, the 3 things that I didn't expect to show up on my layout. A passenger train, BNSF diesels, and double stacks. What else might show up on my layout? Who knows, maybe a steam excursion train. A steam excursion train would be appropriate even on a modern era layout like mine. Now I'd love to hear from you down in the comments section. What has shown up on your layout that you didn't previously expect? Well, I've got a ton of ideas for videos that I'd like to share with you. So be sure to subscribe to this channel and ding that little bell icon so that you don't miss any of my upcoming episodes. Until next time, happy railroading.